In this video, we're gonna answer the question, why stock prices move. What's up mga ka-investa? At this point, there's a big chance that you're already familiar with the stock market. And bakit? Because this is the place where you can make a lot of money. This is the casino for the big boys, for the big players. This is where rich people become billionaires and where people become the richest people on earth. And this is where your dreams can come true. So some of that is true, some of that is not. But either way, I'm sure you already know about it. And you know that if you buy low and you sell high, you can make a profit. But do you really know why prices go up and down? Do we know why prices move? So, ang dami na namin tinuro about technical analysis, fundamental analysis, kung paano intindihin yung companies, paano intindihin yung charts. But do we really understand why the prices go up and down? So, tara, pag-usapan natin to. So before we can understand why prices move, we have to understand how prices move and the mechanics behind it. So the short answer is prices move and prices change because of trading. So because of buying and selling, because of bidding and asking, and reaching an agreement. So yung trading system na to, it has been existing for thousands of years. Tinatawag natin siyang barter. So, kailangan merong sort of equivalent exchange with another party. So, for example, gusto mo ng buko. And meron akong mga buko trees or coconut trees sa aking farm. No? So, bibigyan kita ng buko pero gusto ko, bigyan mo ako ng mangga or mangoes. Kasi mahilig ako sa mangga. So, yun yung exchange. Hindi exactly equal yun. Pero we reached an agreement and that's how prices change in the stock market as well. So ganun din sa stock market, kaya siya tinawag na stock exchange. Literal na nakikipag-exchange ka with other people, with other investors. So when you put an order to buy a certain stock at a certain price and somebody else is willing to sell those shares to you and you reach an agreement and that agreement causes the prices of the stock to change. So for example, you were able to sell a certain stock at 10 pesos, then the price will change to 10 pesos. And if you were able to buy, for example, at 9 pesos, the prices will go to 9 pesos. So that's why if you go to the most recent transaction, you can see that the most recent agreement between the buyers and the sellers is your current price of that stock. So diba, napakasimple lang ng stock market. Now we know that stock prices change because we arrive at a certain agreement. But have you ever asked yourself, how do people arrive at an agreement? So prices change because we essentially have different perspectives. So when we agree to buy and sell a specific stock. So when we agree to buy and sell a specific stock, we essentially have different opinions about that stock. So why am I selling this stock? Is it because I think it will go down? In most cases, yes. And why is this person buying from me? Probably that person thinks that this stock will still continue to go up. So it's basically our different opinions about that stock that helps us arrive at a certain agreement. Now, what happens if, for example, everyone believes in Tesla and everyone thinks that the stock will continue to go up and up and up. So if we all had the same perspective about Tesla, chances are walang mangyayari. As in literal na lahat ng tao tingin natin tataas and lahat tayo gustong bumili. We all want to buy that stock and therefore walang transaction and therefore hindi magbabago yung price. So even if the price of a certain stock is rising, half of those people or half the money spent on buying those think that the stock can go up, but in reality, half of those thinks that the stock will go down anytime soon. So if you see a certain stock go up and up and up and you think to yourself, wow, lahat ng tao naniniwala sa stock na to, sobrang lakas. In reality, half of those people are either regretting na, ay, binenta ko, or they think that it can go down in a matter of time. So now I first learned about this sa DLSU from my professor, Sir Ken Yu Mang. So Thank you, sir, for teaching me. So now, alam na natin yung mechanics of how prices move. Now we can ask, why do prices go up and down? Merong tinatawag na prevailing bias, and yung concept na to ay sinulat ni George Soros sa kanyang libro na The Alchemy of Finance. So sinabi dito, markets have many participants whose views are bound to differ. I shall assume that many of the individual biases cancel each other out, leaving what I call the prevailing bias. So basically, prices go up because a lot of people are willing to pay higher prices for that stock. Bakit? Kasi confident sila that in the future, mas lalong tataas pa to, and vice versa. So essentially, prices are not moving because the earnings are good or meron ba silang loss for this year. It's not moving because they did well or poorly this year, last quarter, last 2 years. Hindi naman siya nagbabago dahil may na-acquire silang bagong company. So prices move because of humans, because of how we think, because of what people believe in. So when you look at this chart, for example, you're looking at how people react and how people perceive what the value of that company is today and in the future. So if you're studying, let's say, psychology, and you understand how the minds of people work, I'd say that you have a good chance at becoming a great investor as well. So how do we take advantage of this? So how do we understand where the stock price should be now and where should it go next? To answer this, you have to know what matters to people, and you have to see where people find value in a certain company. And to do this, the first way is to understand the fundamentals of a company. So you have to understand ano nga ba yung kumpanya, do they earn, meron ba silang utang, and if they have debt, will they be able to pay their debt? Meron ba silang mataas na earnings compared to the average? Kumusta yung mga financial ratios nila? So ito yung mga bagay that can dictate the value of the company today. So if you answer all those questions and you do a little bit of math, you can arrive at a certain conclusion that, this company is undervalued, therefore I will buy. Diba? But sometimes, people don't only look at what's happening right now. Sometimes people look at the future. In short, yung ibang tao, advance mag-isip. So people start looking at future plans or future events that can affect the company in a good way or in a bad way. So for example, is there any business deals that can help the company profit more in the near future? Is there any economic trend that can positively or negatively affect the business in some way or another? So you can try to guess the valuation of a company now, but you can also be forward-looking in a sense that you can predict what can happen to this company if a certain event happens in the future. So let's have an example. Let's look at the Tesla stock chart. So in the past 5 years, we can see that Tesla stock rose more than 1,200%. So wow, napakataas. And right now, yung PE ratio nila, yung price to earnings, is at 800 plus. Which means napakataas ng price nila. It's really way up compared to how much they are earning right now. Some sources even say na negative yung earnings nila. So in context, yung mga normal na PE is around 15, 20. If it's below 10, people think na it's undervalued. Pero yung Tesla is at around 800 yung PE ratio niya. But why do people keep on buying the stock? Probably because a lot of people believe in Elon Musk or in Tesla that in the near future, pwede nilang ma-multiply yung growth nila to a very exponential level. Or baka follower sila ni Elon Musk sa Twitter. But what if people stop believing in that? What if people stop believing in Elon Musk? What if people start asking, kaya ba talagang ma-reach yung ganito kataas na level ng company na to? Kumusta na si Elon Musk? Ilang taon na siya? Paano kapag... Wag naman sana, paano pag nawala si Elon Musk? knock on wood, sana hindi mangyari anytime soon. So in short, people not only look at how it should be priced today, but they also think far, far ahead. They look at the future and how it can be valued by then. So another way to look at this is by looking at the charts or the price action. And to understand this, you have to understand technical analysis. So if you look at this specific stock chart, without understanding the fundamentals, you can already tell the prevailing bias that people have towards this stock. That's why most of the time, honestly, I prefer to use a lot more of technical analysis because it gives you a lot in just one picture. In that, you can already know how people are feeling and thinking about the stock. So when you're studying technical analysis, you're essentially studying human behavior. Or maybe, tamad lang akong maghanap ng mga financial ratios kaya ako nag-technical analysis. So maybe if you're already an experienced trader, sometimes it's also good to take a step back, look at the basics of things, how it works, because sometimes we get caught up in the market because we forget that we are part of an enormous system of market participants. So maybe that's also part of the reason why a lot of people are not profitable in the stock market. Maybe because they just go with the flow, they react when prices change and they don't understand what is inherently happening in the system. So if you want to know more, I'd like you guys to check out InvestaUniversity. It's our full and free course that will teach you the basics to the advanced lessons of the stock market. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, you can learn a thing or two in this full course. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to Investa TV, marami kaming nilalabas na learning and educational material and content para sa inyo, para kumita tayo lahat sabay-sabay. So that's it. Ako po si Renzo and maraming salamat. To si Papi Elon Musk, bro. Kailangan ko ng thumbnail. Model.